What is up, everybody? Hey, today we've got a really cool video, a little bit different than most of the videos we do on this channel. This is a feature walkthrough, and it's really special because it's one that can make you a bunch of money. Make you a bunch of money, keep your customers. It's ad spend rebilling, and we're going to walk you through the entire thing right now. So to help me out, I've got my partner and co-founder, Bradley Kipp. We're going to walk you through how it works. But real quick, if you are newer to the agency game and maybe you've never heard this concept, I want to just give you an idea of what rebilling means to you. So say you're running ads for a customer, you're a smart person, you're using UpHex. That way you can launch ads for hundreds of customers and it takes you seconds, or they can launch their own ads, even better. Let's say they're spending $1,500 a month. Right now, the current model is that most agencies will either charge them a SaaS fee of $497 a month or around there, or they will charge them a retainer fee. Well, there used to be an agency model where we would take a percentage of ad spend. Now, with today's model of offering UpHex leads as a SaaS, we've kind of gone away from that until now. So let's say you have a customer that's spending $1,500 a month on ads. What if you could get another $150 to $300 passively as they spent their ad dollars? How would you set that up? You would set that up with this new feature of ad rebilling, or in other words, have money built into the cost of your lead generation efforts on top of or apart from what you're already charging your customer. So if that's not clear just yet, don't worry. We're going to walk you through everything on how it works, how you can set it up inside your UpHex account. And if you're not already an UpHex user, this might be a strategy that can help you make some money in your current agency. So with that as the landscape here, Bradley, excuse me, let's go ahead and launch into rebilling. Okay. So they're an UpHex user. If you're not, you got to start free trial, uphex.com. Just go 14-day free trial. If they're an UpHex user, let's jump into how to set this up and how it works so they can see. And then we'll go into high level so you can see how your customers will easily set this up too.
Yeah, and so I'll go ahead and share my screen just so that seeing is believing. We'll walk through everything together so that you guys can see exactly how to set this up for your agency, how your clients can use it, or how you can use it on behalf of your clients. Okay. So the first thing you'll notice is in the integrations tab. So this feature is publicly available now. You can now go to your integrations tab and you'll see two new features, two new things. The first is this agency ad account. So you can set up and save your agency's ad account to be used as the default Facebook ad account where you will be launching these campaigns for your clients. Okay. So that's a big piece of it. You want to make sure you have an active, unrestricted agency ad account. The next thing is this Stripe Connect piece. So this is where you will go to connect your agency's Stripe account. This is important because as you'll see later in the demo, this is how the funds transfer directly to you. So your clients will be paying you directly to your Stripe account. And more importantly, they'll be paying you up front. So you will not have to worry about fronting any ad spend and then trying to collect from clients after the fact. So with the way we've set up this feature, you will never be out ad spend, if that makes sense.
Yeah. And by the way, as you're talking through this, I might interrupt you a couple of times because there's a couple of like small benefits that happen as a result of doing this. So number one, your onboarding will be a breeze. Like getting access to ad accounts and all that kind of stuff. If you're using the rebilling feature, like we have set up here, it's done. Like the onboarding couldn't be easier. Right. And then when he was talking about having your Stripe account connected, the UpHex does not take a percentage of any of the rebilling. That's one of the things that we want you guys to know. We take 0%. Whatever you mark up the account, and he'll show that here in a second, it goes straight through your Stripe account and is handled through your own Stripe account. I think those are two pretty important parts of how this whole thing's works. So back to you.
Absolutely, absolutely. So after you have all of the integrations set up and saved, you can jump over here to your client list. Now, we have set this up so that you can charge rebilling on a client per client basis. This is not a universal, you must use rebilling or you cannot use rebilling. Like, it is a case by case basis that you can turn on for each individual client. So if I jump here into our test account, you'll see a new tab for rebilling. So hopping over here, and the first thing, like I said, it's going to be disabled for all of your clients until you manually enable it for the particular clients that you want to use this feature for. So I can simply toggle this on, and you'll see a few additional settings, if you will. So the first setting is we do have a direct link that you can copy and paste, send to your clients, and that will send them directly to a Stripe payment page where they can enter their credit card information. And again, that's connected directly to your Stripe account. Okay. Now, I know some folks may be worried about white label and that kind of stuff. I'm going to show you in the high level view how it is completely white labeled so that you guys don't have to worry about that. But just wanted you guys to be aware of that. Next, we have these different thresholds. Okay. So the first one is what we call our charge amount. So that is what we are going to charge upfront for your clients to receive ad credits. Okay. So again, they will be paying up front. And then as you run the ads for your clients, we will progressively move down that threshold or the amount of ad credits based on how much they're spending per day. Okay. And you can set this to whatever you want. If you want to start out at $500, we'll charge them $500. It goes directly to your Stripe account. Okay. Next is the recharge threshold. So this is important because as they're working their ad credits down, we wanted a way to automatically re-up the account, re-up the ad credits so that their campaign can continue to run. And so once they hit this threshold, whatever you set it at, we will then automatically charge them the charge amount that you set up top. All right. So again, you don't have to worry about ad credits going down to zero and then not having them recharge or getting additional ad credits. The other thing to make note of here, and this is very important because we've all dealt with failed payments before and insufficient funds, that kind of stuff. If the recharge fails for whatever reason, once their ad credits reach zero, we will automatically pause the ads for that campaign. So again, you will not be spending money on active ads if your clients don't have the ad credits. Okay. Big important feature there. So again, with a lot of things with UpHex, we try to automate everything. So you're not manually contacting your clients. You're not having to invoice at the end of the month, anything like that. It is all done automatically. Last but not least is going to be your management fee. So this is that rebilling amount that Sam was talking about earlier. Industry standard is probably anywhere between 10 and 20% of ad spend. And so you can, again, adjust this as needed, but we'll keep it at 10 for easy purposes.
Yeah. Let me just like chime in here real quick. So the structure of this is really important, you guys. We wanted to make sure that you're not at the risk of having to go into your pockets to fund your customers' ad spend. That would be horrible. I've been there, done that, not fun. So that's why we have the initial charge. You charge up their account and then they're just working off money, and we make sure that you never go into the black. And by the way, if their payment is bad for whatever reason, don't worry, we turn the ads off. It stops spending. Okay.
Yep.
Now,
I should also,
yeah,
Sam, I should also note, we will turn their ads off. Once the payment does go through, we automatically turn them back on. So anytime they have ad credits, they will have active ads as long as you don't
Okay,
manually turn them off.
cool. And then just to put some perspective around a management fee. Last year, we haven't done this in a little bit. We need to update this, but last year, our average lead cost was $12.28 across all of our users in UpHex. If you were to add on 10% management fee, do you think your customers care about the difference between a $12 lead or a $13.50 lead? No, they don't. So this is actual money that will go basically convert over to a lead cost. Your bottom, it goes right to your bottom line, and it's just ways for you to make extra money. It's pretty awesome.
Yep, absolutely. So jumping over to the high level side of things. So once you guys set that up, in the high level piece, so in your custom menu link, it's going to be the exact same process for your clients. Your clients can still connect their Facebook account. They can still select an ad account and a Facebook page. We will, when we launch that campaign, we will use their page. So it will still show sponsored under their page name. However, it's going to bypass their ad account and use your agency ad account instead. Okay. So everything looks seamless from the client's perspective, and super easy. Next thing you'll notice is ad credit. So this is where we're going to show them the exact amount of credits that they have available for their ads. And we keep a running tally. We'll show it, show all of the receipts here, everything like that. But you'll notice here, there is a option, a button to add a credit card directly through your high level custom menu link. So your clients can take care of everything on their own. So if you're running the SaaS model, it's still all done through your white labeled high level account using the UpHex custom menu link. Once they get it set up, you have one of two options. One, you can launch their campaign for them, and it'll use your ad account, or just like any SaaS client, they can launch their own campaign still. So they can launch their own campaigns, and we will just use your ad account. So it's literally the same process that your clients are used to, only now, again, it's using your ad account with the management fee or the rebilling fee built in,
Yeah,
which is pretty cool.
that's right. And there's a lot of agencies who are going as straight SaaS as they can, who absolutely adore this new feature, which is because, they want their clients to run their own ads. They want their clients to, use this feature, and the onboarding and setup, some of them are thinking about charging no fee for the actual ads launching portion of it, just to make that money based on how much money they spend in ads. And again, the client doesn't necessarily see it. Now, are you done? Are you done? Go ahead.
Actually, to your point, Sam, on that very last point, that's a very good point that I just want to emphasize. The fact that if you didn't want your clients to know about the rebilling, they don't have to know. And what I mean by that is even in the metrics section, so in the metrics that your clients see, we automatically bake in that management fee. So they will see a gross amount, the gross amount, including ad spend plus management fee, and then we will calculate KPIs off of that. So in UpHex, you, the agency, will see the net amount. So to Sam's point, the $12 cost per lead, you will see that. The client in the custom menu link will see the $13.50 cost per lead.
Yeah, absolutely. All right. Well, let me go ahead and I'll go over to, and actually I said I was not going to share my screen, but let me go ahead and share my screen because I think this will be helpful. Okay. So a couple of things I want to make note of as we're going through rebilling and how to use it properly, ethically, all that kind of stuff. So number one, just because you can bake your fees into the ad spend, you need to tell it's best practices to let people know, right? So in terms of, let's see here, where are we at? Ethical, being ethical. Okay. right here, in terms of being ethical, you know, we want to make sure that you guys are doing this right. So don't just, you're probably better off telling the people. Now, it doesn't mean, here's the good side about that. One, you tell them how it works. And if you say it's based on usage, based on consumption, a lot of them really actually appreciate that. Okay. And they don't see the cost directly associated with services that they may not feel like they're using. It's directly associated with their use, right? But they don't see it come out for anything else other than, you know, Facebook ads. So it looks good to them here. In terms of how it works, we've kind of walked through that. We walked through how to set it up. This document, by the way, will be available so you guys can kind of go through as a checklist to see it. One other thing I wanted to make sure that you guys were we talked about already, but we're top of mind with it. Just because you have this feature available to you does not mean that every customer must use rebilling. You can do a standard retainer model with people. We have a lot of our users who use UpHex to launch ads for their customers. Their customers aren't doing it themselves, but they're just like, hey, we'll charge them $9.97 a month. Click this button and the ads will run. It's a win-win for everybody. Some people do it. Hey, we're going to sell you the feature. We're going to sell you UpHex, the model itself. And for $3.97 a month, $4.97 a month, you can run the ads yourself. This now introduces another offer, if you will, another feature where you could say it's based on these terms. This is how we do it. I think your niche will go a long way in informing you on what's best to do. Payment setup. So this was basically how your client set it up. If you do it through UpHex, as we showed you, it shows UpHex in the URL. But if you just do it on an onboarding call in high level, they're not going to see anything, right? So it looks totally good. We did as an agency. So I've been in the agency space now for 10 years. And one of the things that we knew was really important was just making sure that everything has fail safes, that everything is working really good. So that's why we wanted to make sure that payment collection was first upfront and second was done automatically. All right. So we kind of walk you through what to do there. So best practices. Oh, this was one thing that is, you know, something that we think is important whenever, and by the way, this isn't just for rebilling. This is if you're ever going to take a customer's credit card, which all of you do, it's a good idea to collect a physical credit card authorization form. And for liability reasons, we're not going to provide an actual form, but just Google credit card authorization form, download one, and then send that to your customers. Okay. Okay. Now let's get into the good stuff. The good stuff is how can you use this to make money? Bradley walked through very simply. You can hit pause, walk through step by step. It's, I mean, geez, you don't even almost need a demo video to see how to set up rebilling. It's pretty simple, right? But how do you use this thing to make money? As an agency owner, when I was out actively seeking customers, I would have customers. So we'll go on this first one. I would have customers all the time who would say, I want to run ads. I've been watching your agency for a while, but I have a banned ad account. What can I do? No problem. We got you. We can onboard you, sign you up right away. It'll still use your Facebook page. We're good to go. Okay. And they'll be like, really? Yeah. Because we've got this rebilling feature. Just use it. And you almost position it like they're renting your ad account. Okay. Which is a good proposition for them. All right. So that's number one. People who have, in fact, you could write an email that said, have you had a banned ad account? ... And then call if interested, something like that in your email, right? Or not call, email if interested. All right, client retention, new proposition. So your niche is going to largely inform your agency strategy. If you're working with chiropractors, you're going to think one thing and have one strategy for them. If you're working with dog groomers, if you're working with lawyers, whatever it is, take that into account, of course. But one of the best ways to ensure that customers stay with you longer is to make sure that your fees are congruent with what they're paying for. What do I mean by that? Well, you can't charge an onboarding fee every month, right? But when somebody gets signed up, you can charge an onboarding fee. You can charge a setup fee. Same thing like when you buy a car, you can charge this stuff. But ongoing, you might have a different proposition. So when we were rolling this out, I was thinking in our niche, I would liquidate the cost of acquiring the customer as well as pay for the platform for the first 3 months. And so I would be charging something like $3,000 to $5,000 for the first 3 months. But then after that, I might consider something like you pay $197 for tech support and customer support. You get free training, you get free workshops, and you just pay for our licensed ad library as you use it. To me, that's a really congruent, attractive offer because when a client says, hey, we've gotten a whole bunch of leads over the last 3 months, sometimes they think, now, not that this is right, but sometimes they think, okay, well, it's time to take my foot off the gas here and start pumping the brakes, save some money on ads. That's a terrible thing to do, but none of them can connect those dots. This will make it so you get paid always, and you can incentivize them to continue to pay, even if they need to throttle the ad spend down. All right. So client retention, new proposition. Downselling, that's an easy one, obviously, right? So if you go through with the typical, retainer model or SaaS model or onboarding plus model, whatever model you're using, if somebody is like, hey, I like this, but I don't know necessarily what I want to do, you can almost set them up on a free trial. Like that's almost your value proposition. It's like, hey, it's okay. Try it for free. We'll just base your fees through this first 30 days off of how many leads you get, off of usage, how much you use our library, and not off of all these other things. Awesome. You've got a onboarding flow, using some software, whatever, and you basically do group onboardings or whatever. This gives you a really cool way to downsell, still get the customer, but get some of those people who are maybe verging on or teetering on, this is for me, this isn't. This for me is the biggest one, honestly. A lot of times people don't always cancel because they think that it doesn't work or they don't want to do it anymore. A lot of times they cancel because they just want to slow down for, it's almost like they want to pause their account, but they don't think they can do that. They think they have to just, cancel it. So what this will allow you to do, if somebody is requesting a cancellation, what you can do is, whether you do this via automation or via, a person handled cancellation, whatever, you can say, listen, Mr. Customer, you've already paid for your onboarding and setup fee. If you're just wanting to take a break, or maybe you're wanting to come back to this in a little bit, why don't we just put you on our usage account? Okay. There's a small maintenance fee, $97 a month, but you only get charged based on the amount of ads that you're using in the library. How does that sound? Boom. You might get 20% of the people who say, yeah, that sounds good to me, or 30 or 40. It just depends. Right. And right there, that's free money. That's money right now that you don't get because you don't have the ability to rebill, but now you can. All right. I'll do a couple others here real quick. These are basically, if your agency has the UpHex plus high level model is lead with paid ads. That's what UpHex is amazing at. And then nurture with the high level workflows and automation. Okay. It's the 1-2 combo. But some people have built entire businesses off of web development. They have 2,000 customers with websites and all that kind of stuff. Well, those customers, a percentage of those customers, by and large, all want paid ads. There's a bunch of them that do. And currently their options are to go to an agency, pay retainer fees, or you can just keep it in-house. You can say, hey, listen, we have an ad library for dentists, for whatever niche you're in. You just pay for whatever you use. It's licensed to you, but it will launch your ads. It manages performance. Our lead costs are great. We have predictable performance. If you're not happy, then that's okay. We'll just go back. You don't have to worry about it. So it's a really great one. And then last one was $49 a lifetime fee. So there is a self-liquidating offer funnel type to where you can get a customer in on a basic set of features and then upsell them as they use additional features. One thing you could do is have a basic ad library that they get lifetime access to for $49, and then they just pay you for usage. There's a ton of strategies that are possible, you guys. The point of all this is to say that up until now, you've been pretty, refined refined to taking just a couple approaches. This gives you another arrow in your quiver. So I think it's awesome. Now, let me tell you how you get access to this. Number one, you have to be an UpHex user. So I'll say it again. If you're not currently an UpHex user, go to UpHex UP right there, UpHex.com, start your free trial, 14 days, and you can have access not only to this feature, but an entire ad library that are ready to go out of the box, sell those to your customers, make money, and then start adding rebilling to make even more money. So that's number one. Number two, we have 3 price points for UpHex, and it's up to this point been based on how many sub accounts, or in other words, how many clients you have. 1 to 3 clients, $97 a month. 4 to 10, $297. 11 to infinity, nobody's hit infinity yet, is just $497 a month, right? So we have people with thousands of customers paying us $497, and they're launching thousands of campaigns every single month. Okay, pretty cool. Now, this is the first feature rollout where we have made it to where, one, the feature is actually free. We're not charging a percentage of ad spend, but it is available at the $297 and $497 price point. It is not available at the $97 price point. So if you want to upgrade your account, you simply go into your account. Bradley, maybe show a quick screen share of that if you wouldn't mind. You simply go into your UpHex account. You find the subscription fee, if you can see it there.
Go to preferences, and then under your plan, and there will be, if you're at 97, there will be an option to upgrade.
Okay, so you just upgrade to that growth plan, or to the unlimited plan, obviously. Well, growth plan if you're at 97, and then you will automatically have rebilling. Again, we don't take any percentage. That's not what we're in this for. But it will immediately allow you guys to add another layer dimension to both get more customers, have new offers to make to them, and keep customers longer by potentially preventing cancellations and everything else. So around this video, we will have this document so you can walk through a checklist if you want to. I think for the most part, once you set it up, it's pretty bulletproof. It's not very challenging, but also if you have questions, simply, let our team know, and we'll be happy to respond to you. If you guys aren't in the UpHex community, get over there. That's where we have really good conversations about growing your agency. Thanks for watching the video. Bradley, anything to say before we cut out of here?
We're good.
All right. Thanks for watching the video, you guys, and we'll see you over at UpHex.com.